We just want to go to Dubai Sevens. Should we high five or just something like that?
A little more cheese.
Ham it up. Dubai Rugby.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes. I'm glad you're here.
I'm Barbara Mervin.
And I'm Julianne Zisman.
And we just won gold at Dubai Rugby Sevens.
And you're watching Game On with Paul and Mike.
It's Game On!
Tonight, a shining star, Jamie Benn's breakout season continues in Big D.
We hit the water for a quick shift with Olympic bronze medalist Ryan Cochran.
And dig in, our Canadian rugby ladies are back from Dubai and in the sports cage, it's Game On.
Game On is brought to you by Windows West, doing what it takes to earn your business and going even further to keep it.
Hello and welcome to Game On. I am Paul. This is Mike Walker, who is filling in for proud papa Jeff King this week.
Yes, indeed. A huge congrats to Jeff and his partner Azure on the birth of little Cole Frederick King.
Good name.
It's only a matter of time until Cole takes my spot, so I'll enjoy it while I can.
Yes, congrats again, you guys. A bundle of joy for sure, and we have a joyful show tonight, Mike, including a sit-down interview with some Rugby Canada ladies coming up in a bit.
You betcha. That's coming up, but first we're talking a little bit of hockey and one Saanich kid in particular,
yes,
Paul.
That is right, Mike. And not many Island hockey fans were surprised when Jamie Benn cracked the NHL 3 years ago. He was a standout with the Peninsula Panthers and the Victoria Grizzlies, but since then, Big Ben has shocked the entire hockey world with his skills, and he's now the leading scorer on the Dallas Stars.
November 24th.
At just 22 years old, Jamie Benn is quickly evolving into a legitimate NHL superstar.
Short-handed, fake, shoot, scores!
In his third season with the Dallas Stars, the Peninsula kid came out of the gate red hot and has picked up 24 points in just 28 games.
Yeah, I think I've got out to a pretty good start, and our team's done really well too. And I think that's the biggest thing, is to have team success, and we're happy with our start so far.
As Jamie Benn was looking for his fourth point to tie the game.
There are many contributing factors to Big Ben's success. More responsibility comes with more ice time, and that translates into more points. But more than that, Jamie's confidence is at an all-time high.
What a mesmerizing sequence for young Ben.
Yeah, I think it's about confidence and just getting comfortable with the league. And my third year now, I feel confident and comfortable out there. And I like going out there, just having fun and just playing hockey.
Growing up on the Saanich Peninsula, Jamie was always a standout, tearing up the local junior hockey scene. There was no question the road was taking him to the NHL. But now a star, Jamie still makes a point of staying connected to his roots.
I talk to my parents quite a bit, almost after every game, and I'm talking with my brother a lot. He's having a good year down in Austin there, so hopefully he can continue that, and hopefully we can get a game or two up here this year.
21 points, 8 assists.
There have been many talented athletes from Victoria, but Jamie is quickly moving up that list. And while he's honing his skills in the heart of football country, the young sniper knows he is also representing the Rock.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Maybe a little bit, but I'm just having fun with what I do, and it's not too much pressure on me, I guess. There's a lot of other star athletes out there from the island, so I think I'm down in the list a little bit.
Maybe so, but every time Big Ben strikes in Dallas, the cheers can be heard across Vancouver Island.
This portion of Game On brought to you by Capital Iron. There's no store like it.
Wow, he is good. And how good was that move on the home video from when he was a kid?
Yeah, born to be a star for sure. And speaking of our national game, a busy weekend for hockey fans here in the capital, Mike.
It absolutely was, Paul. Let's check it all out in our weekend wrap. We'll start with the Victoria Royals on Friday night, wrapping up their 2011 home schedule with their teddy bear toss game against the Lethbridge Hurricanes. And it didn't take long for that fur to fly.
That's right, late first, Zane Jones tips home the point shot from Ben Walker, and it's raining bears. Nice to to see a couple thousand teddies come over the glass, all to be delivered to local hospitals.
Teddies, I like that. Tell you what, Paul,
Teddies.
this game was just getting going, though. The Royals fell behind the Canes twice in the second period, only to rally back and tie the game just 46 seconds into the third.
Yeah, and that is when the floodgates opened. Kevin Sunder scored his second before Jamie Crooks capped off the hat trick, and the Royals walked away with a roller coaster 8-5 victory.
Yeah, that thing was wild. But no rest for the boys. One night later, Victoria was on the road to face the Seattle Thunderbirds, where they had to play comeback kids again. Down 3-0 after 40 minutes, a major penalty to Seattle set up a major comeback.
Yeah, get this. Royals get markers from Logan Nelson, Cade Pelton, Island Boy, and Hayden Rintoul, all on the same 5-minute power play to send the game to the shootsy.
That's an incredible comeback.
That's a
but
shootout.
The T-Birds, though, they did seal it. Colin Jacobs beats Keith Hamilton to hand Seattle a 4-3 win.
Yeah, now while the Royals have had their struggles lately, Vancouver Canucks are in cruise control. Boys were looking for a 4th straight win in Ottawa last night.
Didn't take long to get on the scoreboard either. Just over a minute in, Alex Edler opens the scoring, and moments after that, Yannick Hansen sets up Ryan Kessler. What a pass, and Vancouver
That is pretty nice.
is rolling.
Yeah, this game had a bit of feistiness to it as well, Mike. The Sens trying to Boston Bruins the Canucks, but Vancouver having none of that. Kessler is going to pot home his second of the night before Dale Weiss,
Get this,
gets on the score sheet. Here comes a grinder with a highlight reel goal. Check this thing out.
absolutely. It appears the Canucks are back 9 wins in their last 11. All of a sudden, they are second in the Northwest.
All right, don't you go anywhere. Lots more still to come on Game On, including a quick shift with Canadian Olympic swimmer Ryan Cochran.
And Barbara Mervin and Julianne Zusman from Canada's Rugby 7 squad are in the sports cage and a whole lot more vicious than they appear. We'll be right back.
Is your house built before 1990? Before you start that renovation project or buy or sell your home? Hazardous asbestos and vermiculite could have been used in the material to build your home, in the drywall, flooring, furnace ducts, siding, and roofing. In Victoria, Hasbro Environmental will safely and effectively remove these dangerous contaminants. Protect your family. Call for your free consultation, 250-891-4977. Call Hasbro and breathe easy.
We couldn't have asked for a better window buying experience. The windows are fantastic, exactly what we expected. But the real key is the superior customer service from start to finish.
Windows West, doing what it takes to earn your business and going even further to keep it.
The kids are gonna love the new smartphones we got them. It's great. They get what they wanted, and that means that Daddy gets the new tablet that he wanted.
Or Mommy does.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Get a Samsung Galaxy Tab absolutely free when you activate any 2 of the latest new smartphones.
When you shave, it can leave your skin dry and raw. But Aftershave Banana helps to keep your skin feeling fresh and moist. So you can smell and taste like bananas all day long.
Aw, gotta get me some of that.
All vegetables want to taste like fruit. Now they can. 1 serving of veggies and 1 of fruit. Delicious fruit taste. V8 V-Fusion Juice Blends.
With up to 60% off brand name gifts, you can spoil everyone on your list this holiday season. Winners and HomeSense. Your Christmas is covered.
You've waited long enough. Presenting the Nissan Gift to You event. Take a 4-month payment holiday plus get up to $12,000 in discounts on our large selection. See your Nissan retailer or nissangift.ca.
Game On is brought to you by Windows West, doing what it takes to earn your business and going even further to keep it.
Well, welcome back to Game On. Make sure to stick around for our sports cage when we talk women's rugby sevens with Barbara Mervin and Julianne Zusman. Close enough, yeah. They just returned with gold medals from a big tournament in Dubai.
Yeah, stick around for that for sure. But first, we're going to slip into our Speedos and head into the pool. Special treat for some island swimmers on Saturday as some local Olympians took to the pool for a good cause.
This is fairly similar to a speed type practice we would do once a week.
Oh yeah, Speedo feels good. Victoria native Ryan Cochran, along with 3 Canadian Olympic swimmers, running a workshop at Commonwealth Place yesterday, giving local triathletes, competitive swimmers, and fans a chance to learn from some of the best in the world.
Indeed, the event also serving as a fundraiser for arthritis research, but most importantly serves as an opportunity for these Olympians to give back with the London 2012 Games just around the corner.
You know, we like to give back whenever we get a chance, and we're not really in the city a lot of the time lately, so it's nice to be able to help other swimmers, fellow swimmers, triathletes, and you know, age group swimmers. And these are a little older than us, but I think everyone's really into, you know, making sure that their craft is better, and that's what we're really great at. So
we're just helping them with stroke technique and showing them a little bit what we do in practice, and they're really, really willing to learn, so it's super easy for us.
Our level of support from this community is phenomenal, and it's really important to understand that we wouldn't be successful without that, and so I think it's a no-brainer. It's absolutely given that we would give back to any sort of charitable organization if asked.
Very cool to see some of the island's best give back. And before we slip out of our Speedos, Mike, just wait. Okay. We're going to stay in the pool for just a little longer as Mike caught up with Olympic bronze medalist Ryan Cochran for a quick shift.
All right, here for a quick shift with Canadian Olympian Ryan Cochran. Ryan, first things first, probably better that you're shirtless and I'm not.
I don't know about that. We could get you in the pool and see how it goes.
I'd probably be drowning by now, but that's okay. All right, let's talk about choices of music leading up to a big event. What's in the iPod? What are you listening to?
You know, I'm really into progressive house music, so anything that really has a good beat. And right now, a lot of Porter Robinson, you know, a lot of Alesso. It kind of changes by the minute, so you know, music's a big part of what I do.
I understand you have a twin brother. Who's the better looking one?
I would say me. No, just kidding. Well, we're twins, so we look pretty similar, but he's about 6 inches shorter, so I definitely have the height factor.
Okay, well then what's your twin's best sport?
He's a really good runner, so anything that involved running, which when we were kids seemed to be pretty much about everything. It was always, you know, he was a soccer star and the track star, and I was good at much, so I'm glad I found something that I excelled at.
I'd say excelled, that's a good way to put it. If you weren't an Olympic swimmer, what would you be doing right now?
Probably just going to school and, you know, starting a career of some sort.
Okay, well then, favorite subject in school, what would you be going to college for?
I really like business, pretty broad. I like econ a lot, and I'm actually doing a psych major right now. So,
but swimming in the Olympics a lot more fun for right now.
Seems like it, yeah.
Best part about being an Olympic swimmer from Victoria?
You know, there's so many great Olympic sports in Victoria, and we are so lucky to have this facility here. I mean, it's one of the best in the country, and I think just, you know, knowing that there's this big support system behind you in the city is what you really need, you know, to get you on that podium in London, hopefully. And you know, it's just a great community for swimming here.
All right, this has been another quick shift with
Ryan Cochran.
Interesting taste in music there, Ryan, but the whole shirt thing was a little awkward for sure.
Yeah, in retrospect, kind of a strange question.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. It's time now to fire up the highlight reel from the past 7 days.
Yes, indeed. It's our Plays of the Week.
Plays of the Week is brought to you by Hasbro Environmental, demolition, asbestos, and mold abatement specialists.
Yeah, start with some Christmas cheer. Mike Walker's got the spirit. Those are some impressive moves, my friend.
Months of rehearsal, Paul, but the real compliments go to my tailor for that outfit.
Yeah, full compliments to Nick Boyer of the Strathmore Rockets for this little dandy this week. So nice, we'll see it twice. What a fantastic effort from his stomach, no less.
Defying gravity. All right, let's head to the Hawaiian Isles and check out Kieran Perro catching this spectacular wave at the Billabong Pipe Masters tournament. You can probably pull that off, eh, Paul?
Not a chance. Now, we showed you Goal of the Year candidate earlier. How about a Catch of the Year candidate? This one's got no competition. Elvis Akpla of the Montana State Bobcats reaches behind the defender, pins the ball to his helmet, then keeps it off the turf with one hand. This is just stupid.
Yeah, no kidding. And you know what? So is this. The scantily clad Santas go for a run through downtown Toronto and get frostbite where you probably don't want to get frostbite.
Yeah, Mike making plays of the week twice. All right, Canucks red hot right now thanks to goals like this from tough guy Dale Weiss. Looking like Murray Craven there, Dale.
A retro shout out. I like that. How about our boy Jamie Benn getting back on the score sheet? The sweet pass from Michael Ryder to the back of the net in Los Angeles Benny's 7th of the year is a beauty.
Like how you said that. The barn on Blanchard for the Royal Teddy Bear Toss Night. And this guy's got a pretty good seat. Zane Jones will tip this one in to send the fur flying.
Yeah, what a night. What a great cause. The Royals will be donating those bears to kids in local hospitals. Always nice to see hockey fans in the capital giving back.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, coming up next, we transform the set into a sports cage as Barbara Mervin and Julianne Zussman, whatever her name is, she's going to join us fresh off her Dubai Rugby Sevens gold medal.
Yes, indeed. That is coming up after a very short break, but first, here's a look at some island standings.
Island Standings is brought to you by Frontrunners New Balance, locally owned, community driven.
Take a look at Capital Iron.
Hi, Mike Black here. Come see why there's no store like ours for housewares.
The perfect cup of coffee is important to you. Bring the cafe experience home with quality brewing machines at Capital Iron. Grind your own beans and master the art of pulling a perfect shot of espresso or frothing the ultimate latte. Fully automatic or manual, we'll help you find the right model for your perfect cup.
Capital Iron, Victoria's favorite store for over 75 years.
Capital Iron. There's no store like it.
The installation crew was fantastic. Quick, careful, and clean. The windows look so amazing that I don't want to put the blinds up. A great experience from start to finish.
Windows West, doing what it takes to earn your business and going even further to keep it.
How can one be passionate about lighting? Because lighting sets the mood for living. And McLaren Lighting has been lighting up lives for 50 years. Right now, save during our Tiffany event. Over 100 handcrafted Tiffany lamps by Quazell for you to choose from. Standing lamps in 3 models are only $2.99. Matching table lamps are also available for just $2.19. Collectible Tiffany lamps by Quazell. Make your wish list online. McLaren Lighting in Victoria and Nanaimo. Leaders in lighting for 50 years.
It's all about fit. Getting the right fit is as important as selecting the right shoe. At Frontrunners and New Balance Victoria, our expert staff assess your running physique and biomechanics to get the best fit for your feet. We have the largest selection of footwear on the island and a 30-day guarantee. It's all about fit, and Frontrunners New Balance Victoria is a fit with our community. Supporting local groups, creating programs, and providing footwear for the needy, we're helping to make a difference. Frontrunners New Balance Victoria, locally owned, community driven.
Our son drank too much. We found support at Al-Anon Family Groups. Are you troubled by someone's drinking? You might be surprised at what you could learn in an Al-Anon Family Group meeting from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Weeknights on Check.
Become an insider with me, Brooke Anderson, and my co-host, Kevin Frazier.
The Insider continues to really delve into today's big headlines.
Get your gossip fix on The Insider. The Insider at 4 and at 7:30 on Check.
Happy holidays from everyone here at Check.
Sports Cage is brought to you by McLaren Electric, leaders in lighting for 50 years.
Hello and welcome back to Game On, and in the Sports Cage today, Mike and I happy to welcome Barbara Mervin and Julianne Zussman. Zussman, correct?
Close enough.
That is absolutely wrong. You're way off. That's what I'm going to call you for the rest of the day. So, back from the Dubai Rugby Sevens, where you ladies picked up golds and hanging out in Dubai, extended the visit for a little bit. Start with you, Barbara. Tell us about, what Dubai was like. A neat place to go.
It was a very neat place to go. Lots of differences, cultural differences.
Yeah.
And then being at the tournament, it was probably the first tournament where we had been treated like world-class athletes. Mm-hmm. And just, when there was downtime, there was a huge buffet available, and anything we could have wanted was right at our hands, and so it was such a great experience.
That's right, and Julianne, we'll get down to brass tacks. Tell us about, winning the gold. You guys were touted to do well, but not everyone was expecting gold, so what was it like, the tournament, and coming home with the gold?
Yeah, it was a career highlight, for sure, for me. And I think a lot of people had a lot of question marks after we won the preceding tournaments, only because we hadn't faced full-strength squads from the other countries, and we also hadn't faced the world champions, Australia.
Right.
And so going into it, we we were definitely nervous, but we were confident.
Right.
And I think that what we proved is that it wasn't just it wasn't a blip for us to win those other tournaments, but we can actually put in consistent performances.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the things you mentioned is the women's game got sort of a center stage appearance for this tournament to be played right before the men's final and in front of a full house. What was that like, Barbara?
Yeah, it was amazing actually, and we got to play almost all of our games in the stadium, which is huge for our development. Just the first time I remember being in Hong Kong and walking into that stadium, it was incredible, but I was also terrified. And so to get the experience of playing in a stadium in front of a crowd of 50,000 or whatever it is, just helps you develop those skills so that when it does matter, say in the final when the house is even more full, you're focused on your game.
Absolutely, and I mean 50,000 plus, but this also pushes you guys up into tops now in these sevens as far as the ladies are concerned. Canada now moves up. I think you're number 1 in the rankings now after this win. Does this put a target on you guys now, or how does that work? Because you guys have been chasing, you were mentioning Australia before, but now you guys are the team to beat. Does that come with added pressure? Do you like that pressure? How does that feel? Julianne, we can ask you.
I don't feel any pressure whatsoever.
None?
No, I think if anything, the win motivated us, and we came away from it and said, we can do this, and if we're given the opportunity, and if we're given the funding, we're getting amazing funding through On the Podium right now. We're getting the City of Langford is helping us set up this Center of Excellence, and with all these new opportunities, we're running with it, and we're just excited to see what else we can do.
You mentioned the Center of Excellence kind of gets the women's game centralized here in Victoria, starting in the new year, I believe, in January. And of course, with the next Olympics, when Rugby Sevens, men's and women's, goes in Rio, it must be so important for you guys to have a central training spot here in Victoria, just around the corner.
Yeah, we're beyond excited about it, and having been to the facilities, they look top class, so we're really excited. And like you said, how we are first now, and is there pressure with that? I believe that because of centralization, now the girls that are number 1 in Canada, we're going to be playing against each other all the time, so we're just going to get better and better. So not nervous, just really excited to see what we can
see what comes. I mean, the future is pretty exciting for you guys right now, going into with the Olympics and everything coming up. But what is it about the sevens game that got you guys both interested in it? Because I know the 15s is classic, and then all of a sudden the sevens game came and it was shorter and it was faster. I mean, how did you guys get involved with it? How did you just start playing rugby sevens, I guess?
With sevens, I would say the appeal for rugby in itself is that there's so many challenges in the way that not only do you have to be fast, you have to be strong. Not only do you have to be strong, you have to have cardiovascular endurance. Not only do you have that, you have to have skills to be able to kick, to be able to catch, to be able to pass. So it's almost like no matter how strong you get in one area, you need to get stronger in other areas. Right. So you're always working, and you've never achieved everything you need to achieve.
Right. So, Julianne, you mentioned that a lot of the Rugby Sevens players also play on the 15s national team. And for you ladies also, you'll play at VLOX here in Victoria on a regular basis. It's a whole lot of...
little shout out there for Mike. Little shout out.
That's a whole lot of rugby though, and you mentioned, is that a drain on the women's game to have to play both 15s and 7s? Is there a numbers shortage there? What's the situation with having to play on both, or is that just your choice?
It's definitely our choice. That being said, we ask ourselves the question, are we going to get spread too thin if we continue to make this choice? But for me, that's an obvious choice to play both. And our coaches are totally on board to make it work. And so they're setting up our competition schedule so that we don't get burnt out. And I mean, we're working with great professionals who know what they're doing, so they can have us peaking at the right times and managing a pretty busy travel schedule.
Now, are there enough young females interested in the game of rugby right now? Are you noticing that? Are you noticing more or less? What's that like right now? Because we just really don't have a number on it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that with the Olympics now on the horizon, young girls are getting excited about rugby.
Yeah.
And when you have to make that decision, what sport am I going to stick with? The Olympics totally matter, and realizing a dream like that as an athlete is huge. And I think that our numbers, I know it's the fastest growing sport for women in Canada.
Really?
And there's no doubt that it's just going to keep getting bigger.
Do you think rugby is known to be this almost barbaric game? Because not a lot of people know the rules, but it looks barbaric. People think, that's no sport for women, but you guys are playing it. Why? Why would you want to play it? And how do you say to these girls who might be iffy, say, yeah, you know what, come play it?
Or their parents for that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think in that sense the sevens game is easier to sell as well because there is less contact, which is usually what parents have trouble with is when their kids come home with all these bruises all over their legs, you know? And although it's a full contact sport, there's a lot more open space. It's a lot more about speed, agility, decision making, fitness. And I think that I think that a parent watching a sport like sevens would be less intimidated because it's also easier to understand.
Right.
And it's exciting to watch.
Oh, it's amazing to watch. You don't even have time to go get a popcorn. It's over.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Exactly.
You mentioned the Olympic Games being a huge milestone, and of course London 2012 just around the corner, but it's Rio in 2016 that the sevens game will be going into. And I spoke with you ladies a couple of months ago about where the state of women's rugby, and you sort of mentioned, you know, for Rio it's podium or nothing for Canadians women's rugby. Is that where you see it, and what's the process now over the next 4 years?
I think that the sport is really gaining momentum right now,
Right.
And so it's a good time now for sponsors to get involved and for partners to get involved and to really see dividends from investments.
Right.
Already the funding that we're getting from Sport Canada and Own the Podium has made all the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
6 to 1st.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, it was interesting. We had Pat Riordan and Adam Kleberger in after the World Cup, and they came and we said, you know, what do you guys want to do? What's a model that needs to happen in rugby, in the men's program, to make you be successful? He said, you know what? We need to be like our Canadian women. He goes, because they're, well, he said they're so close, they're such a close-knit group, and they do everything so right. Even if, you know, they can't afford to go to a tournament, they raise money to go there. And do you think almost paying your dues in that respect, and now that you are starting to come into the limelight, that it's helped you appreciate and want it that much more now that you guys are getting to the top?
I think it makes you ask the question, why do I do this?
Yeah.
And in answering that question, you find out a lot about yourself, and you find extra motivation, I think, and you can use all the motivation you can get when you're playing at this level.
Very cool. All right, then I see you guys got some henna action going on as well. I don't know if we can see this, but this is clear. You have been to Dubai.
Yeah.
That is
true.
That's
true.
right.
Yeah.
Where were you guys? Dubai, for sure. Excellent. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Barbara, Julianne. Thank you very much for coming in, joining Mike and I today on the Sports Cage, and that will do it for another episode of Game On here on a Sunday night. Make sure to join us every Sunday, 6:30, 10:30 on Channel 6. It's Game On. Good night.